Hi guys, a new context starting July 1st, ending July 31st for everybody who shares my post on Facebook. It's counted like one entry, so you can win one of 3 20-minute readings with me. Also, you have two specials. One is like 2-question offer for $45, and also relationship or ex or on and off relationship spread for $50. So you can book them via my website www.cattarot.ca. Thank you. Hi Sagis, so welcome to your bi-weekly that is like from July 1st to July 15th. Also keep in mind, and I should have maybe made as a global announcement or a reminder to say that whether you're like watching or cross-watching, this is what is important to check. Your sun sign and then your ascendant, because ascendant is the lesson you're learning in this life. So you determine your ascendant by knowing the time and place where you were born. There are calculators, free calculators online. I'm recommending one in description below. It's completely free. Then you have Venus sign, and this is how you send off the vibes to the world, right? So it's always like 2 signs down and 2 signs up. So Sagittarius, you can be Scorpio, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. That's pretty much your range. And so sort of like obviously you can pick up from different flavors. And so that basically says to the world, if you're Sagittarius and let's say your Venus is in Capricorn, that you may come across as kind of maybe a little overly structured, and where inside you know you're a butterfly. So also, if you're cross-watching, it is really important to check Mars sign, because Mars is what we determine who we really want to be with, the really inner needs. So we can be a fire sign, we can have our Venus like looking like really kind of like really determined to build things brick by brick, but let's say our Mars is rebellious and we actually really want an unusual exotic person who will just basically shock our family. So this is kind of like why those things happen. So let's jump in. What is like, I pre-shuffle this so you don't have to watch me 5 minutes doing that. So give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership and deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And then you have 5 of Swords. So that can be also a card of deception. 5 of Swords is a card where, you know, somebody really thinks, you see this kind of like star, kind of like, oh, I won. Meanwhile, like, I mean, they're like those two basically people who have lost this battle, where, you know, they're just trying to figure out what is the best time to really attack back. So this is kind of like a victory, which is nonetheless victory, and something did push you forward, but it kind of like doesn't feel that great, or you're not getting rewards of that being a victory. So let's see what is this bi-weekly period bringing for you. You have heart-to-heart conversation. Let me see if I can do this better. And why is this not there? Pay attention to the red flags. Reconciliation, finances and career, true love, codependency, religious factors, aka long-term relationships and marriage, children, it is safe for you to love, and separation. Oh my gosh, Sagittarius, like yours and Scorpios. I know that you're like a neighboring sign, so it kind of does make sense that you will kind of like not be a big stretch, but it is very similar. So it sounds to me that maybe I have lots of Scorpios with Sagittarius influencing their life, and or vice versa. But then again, I said this could be some kind of like other planets in Scorpio and Sagittarius. But let's see really what is going on here. So right off the bat, is it Yeah, right off the bat, you have two majors. Very similar to Scorpios. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I think they had the World card. I think they had the this card, Knave of Chalices. They had the Judgment card, and they had, yeah, they had Ace of Cups and Four of Swords, but not in the same positioning. So let me start. So for you, Sagis, you're leaving something in the past. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So there was some kind of ending, or something didn't start, which maybe you hope for. And it could be that, and I did see it in some general readings, that you maybe are changing the job, or wondering where you are, or wondering if there is enough money, if you have any additional kind of expenses, and kind of how to position yourself. So maybe there's a new opportunity that you thought it would happen, that you would love to have, that just didn't happen, and instead it is kind of like doing nothing. It's kind of like Hangman is stillness. It is kind of like really being observant about what is going on the outside, but truly kind of like it's a surrender to the circumstances, right? And it kind of like, it possibly this was needed at the time, and you'll probably experience a whole bunch of delays. And this is definitely telling me it was third party, and since this is in your past, this is actually still echoing in your life. Something happened. It looks like it was a breakup, and it was a three-party relationship. Either you were in, well, you were in, and somebody pulled out, kind of let the destiny take over. Or you're still very stunned about what happened. So, but this is the root of basically these 2 weeks. Someone from your past is returning to your life, reconciliation. And then you have Knight of Wands, and that's like extremely strong energy. Knight of Wands, we are talking about passion, and Sagittarius, you are like Wands, right? So this is someone who acts quickly with strong will, inspiration, and passion, and like settling, right? Like, and then running. So it could be just something from the past is coming back to the surface, but then again, this could be you, Queen of Wands reversed. You're not sure how to go about that, if you're ready to go in this direction, or if this new found relationship from the past would only be a skin deep and not to go anywhere. You're wondering if something is superficial, but oh my gosh, you are craving it. You're craving. You guys, and I keep seeing that in your readings, you have 2 people. This is always giving me this like three-party flavor, and you're somewhere in the center, and one person is like strongly going after you, and you don't want this person, and the other person either walked away, or you walked away, but you want this person, but that person hurt you really, really badly, while in a sense you're hurting this one person here. So it's kind of like weird situation. But before, you had lots of this mental turmoil, which you still have, but looks like this is staying in the past. So reconciliation, it means certain things are not over for you. So let's see, where are we starting with this month? Pardon, this 2 weeks. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And then we have the Sun reversed, right? So the Sun is like a really good card. It's of potentials as moving forward, right? It is talking about like basking in the sun. It's a glory, right? And happy time filled with certainty, clarity. But here is like, oh my gosh, I'm all talked out. I can't have this conversation. This also I connect to marriage, especially because you have the Empress over there, and both of them are really fire signs. You see, you're being overwhelmed. This is again a 10, this is 1, this is a 10, it's just ultimately a 1. Just you're collapsing under some kind of burdens, like really feeling intensity, all fire here. And look, there is this promise or craving of, look, this is like really interesting. You lost something, but you want it, and now you're realizing that maybe that something else was the thing that could provide you the happy home. And it's going to be a time for this conversation. Or maybe something that maybe you thought is a happy home is actually a burden. Because I see here what is crossing you. I see the Empress, but the Empress comes together with pay attention to the red flags, and the signs are cautioning you. And the Empress is mother and creativity and nourishment and kind of like progress, right? So like now this is crossing you with kind of red flags. So maybe you're considering going back to that partner who really wants you, who you kind of chased away or stuck aside because you wanted somebody else, especially if you're married or, you know, like you have children with this person. But you are well aware of this person's red flags, and maybe this person is not advertised as is, because maybe this person is currently chasing you and on their best behavior, and so you're like revisiting like what is true, what is not. There you go. I kept saying like you're connected to Scorpio, and it's kind of like a really kind and emotional component around this person. Somebody who is really a good listener, but you kind of have a feeling that behind that is just that somebody doesn't want to be alone. Like 9 of Pentacles is a card of somebody needing a title. So I think, guys, you're wondering if actually you should continue in that relationship, and if you should let go of chasing your dream over here. Because look, you're just like not willing to look into your true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And then 4 of Swords reverse means there are problems, and looking at your problems. Hi Matrix. Hey Mr. I appear once in the blue moon. Hi Matrix, say hi. He's not talking, he's not talkative. See, he just made an appearance, guys. You know, happy Canada Day to you too, Matrix. Yes, it's Canada Day right now in Canada, and for those of you Americans who are listening this on the 4th of July, I wish you a happy 4th of July, and hopefully you have fireworks as well and all the celebrations for many more years to come. So guys, you are like really suffering, Saggies. I can see this with the Judgment and the World being reversed. It's like kind of like you can be with and you can be without situation over here. You feel punishment for you staying where you are, and you crave what could have been, and hence you're just deciding, you know what, I'm going to do just mundane things. I'm not going to really look into that. You're feeling that somehow you have been handed some kind of bad luck, and it is karmic. Yeah, that star-crossed love affair, the lovers. This is again the true love. It's the unity, feeling like one with a person, and it's just like you feel it's just not fated. And I think you're trying to kick it out of your head. It is a good way of doing it if this is what you want, but at the same time your heart wants what it wants. So this is where I guess the fears are. The fears are codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, and then you have Knave of Chalices reversed. So codependency is like what is real, what is wrong. It looks like this other person who you crave kind of gave you a flavor of something different. It kind of like was not exactly nourishing, or maybe it was so nourishing but kind of pull it away, and now it's like withdrawal, because codependency is like really really depending on that person, really feeling that your happiness is not going to happen if it is not them. It's like really unnerving feeling. It's not a good place to be in, because you feel compelled to do things and then you rebel, and neither of these two extremes kind of work out. So something you fear, or either you fear or something is going to happen. The offer may be extended and rejected, right? There is like this Ten of Swords, slightly healing, slightly feeling backstabbed, depressed. This is actually not a good state of mind. But the good news in this is that Ten of Swords is reversed, which means the healing is taking place. You kind of like are trying to figure out what you see. Like this Hanged Man is, yeah, stillness, but it is also things that are brewing under the surface. So things are kind of like coming to you, what needs to be done. You're still feeling kind of shaken down by some events, but these events are still very vivid in your head, but they may have happened a while back. I think it's coming to you that maybe you have lost something important, and maybe you have not been able to deal with that because of these issues. Maybe codependency is also sometimes we put different word instead of codependency. I'm so in love, or I have to do it. I have to do it because of the kids or something, and just simplifying the solution. So codependency is not an easy take to basically heal. So going through these motions, right? But certainly you're not feeling completely comfortable with any solution that you're coming up with. So instead, you're going for religious factors. Your love life is influenced by religious upbringing, spiritual path, and you have Knave of Pentacles. See, you're continuing with that relationship which you actually rejected at some point. Look, you have 2 threes, and the third party is still hovering over, and you are maybe dealing with the fallout now. Even this person who was chasing you, who could have been somebody who you are in a long-term relationship that you wanted to break, or somebody who you've been married to, you are married to, and well, you are saying, okay, you know, let's get pragmatic over how do we go and how do we continue. There is this bittersweet fallout. Maybe it's sweet because you are still around your children. There is still this in your head feeling that the family is together, but then there is no unity, there is no building. And of course there is like this third person, like I'm in spirit, hovering around and coming back, because healing has to take place not only with you but also with that other person. And there's your environment, children again. So I keep thinking, like, I mean, there was something here that you decided because of your children. And children could be literally children, because it says your love life is being affected by children. That maybe some decision that you made was generally because of children. So now this is something I have to say, and I see that, I mean, in North America a lot. I mean, I'm basically North American, being here for over 22 years, but being European always stayed with me. So in North America, like, I mean, there are lots of divorces. I mean, there are now divorces everywhere and people divorce every day. But in North America, more than anywhere, like, people stay together for the children, which is psychologically very damaging. Children maybe are not cognizant of everything that is going on, but they definitely get it. And they know when something is not working out, because these little creatures are fine-tuned to emotions. So staying because of them, you set them up for failure. Because let's say you decide to split when they're 18, or whenever you think it's time, or just reveal to them how unhappy you were, they're going to live with that for the rest of their lives. And then they're going to wonder what is real, what is not real. So what is the real solution? Is that honesty real solution, or do you think this is affecting? So this is a big question mark, and I'm not saying anything, but here this is also talking about your inner spirit, how much of that inner spirit is important in the entire situation. And you know, do you think you are a better person for that sacrifice, and do you really think you're helping? So also, some people put children ahead of their new mate. And it is like asking somebody new to take a secondary role in your life. And is that right? Should that be that way? Or should you really kind of like jump in? Like, maybe there is like the person who's going to really nourish you and heal you and pick you up, and you're just saying, it's just like, when I get some time, I'll get to you. So this is like literally telling me that story, because the children card came with Judgment reversed. And when Judgment reverse comes, it says that you will get what in your environment, you will be judged this period of time over some actions that you did in the best possible interest, so you thought, but that's not how it reflected on the others. And this is that the rule of 3, like, bad things happen in threes. Yep, it is related to your marriage and children. And the Magician is kind of like trying to generate something new, maybe even trying to manipulate the situation, creating something new, explaining what happened. It's going to be lots of backpedaling in this period, guys. So hopes and fears is, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And then 5 of Cups reversed. You kind of like really do feel down. You do feel down. You feel depressed. You feel, yeah, Sagittarius, this is not you. You are trying to kind of like really be inquisitive. You're trying to kind of get to the truth of the problem. Knave of Swords is good because it kind of gives you faster energy to move. But it also means, like, I mean, look, you kind of like feel that you already had what you had, that they are not speaking this truth. And actually you just might speak about it because the pain is getting to you. You are, I think, trying to do it on the intellectual level and explain to yourself, no, I need to move on. This I have to be reliable, I have to be loyal, my family needs me, my children need me, and I made my bed, I lie down in it, I cannot give my word, and you're sticking to it, which is kind of like very honorable. But again, this is your picture. What is the bigger picture? You had Judgment and you even have the World. And the World is saying, look, separation, the time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And then you're getting the World reverse. This is really not a good place to be in. Just like the 10 of Swords, and you're getting 10 of Swords and 3 of Swords and the World reverse. And so, and like you have 2 karma cards. You have like Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. So you see, you'll be mulling over through this period what to do. Oh yeah. And I think you guys are going to, if you're coupled, you're going to separate. I think this was looming for a long time and you were trying to be reliable about this, but you're trying to figure out, and this is the winning card, so you will figure out the winning situation for everybody. You will figure out how to do it. And this is like something that you were trying to do for a long time. So this is this magician. What can I create? And how do I turn this around? And what do I do? So see, you're doing the last things. Like, is this giving your relationship a chance, a really self-deception here? And I think this is like, that was the key over here. So what do I need to confirm for you, Saggies, here? What do we really need to clarify? Well, let's see about the soulmate card. Let's see reconciliation with your soulmate. This is a biggie, guys. While you're dealing with this, you know, is there a communication here, or what's going on here? So let's see, like, what is this Two of Cups for Saggies? See, depression. The situation is depressing you, to be really blunt. Okay, let's get another card. Yeah, there is like really nothing going on there in terms of building, and this is like what is devastating. The two, yeah, okay, look, this is the soulmate you are not with, you're separated from, and maybe this person needed you to break up something, the priest actually generally talks about marriages, right? So is there a married person you're with, or divorce? But like, since this is a soulmate and the other person looks like it's more a motherly figure in your life, or a father of your children, a mother of your children, and hence you want to make it work. I don't think this is the same person. It doesn't look this way, because there was a third person included, and this third person was next to love, and it could be that the finances also played a role in you deciding to stay. But again, the heart wants what it wants, because you have both Lovers and Two of Cups. This rarely happens, very rarely happens. So let's check those Lovers here. So what's going to happen with this? It looks to me, Saggies, you are not jumping on the phone, texting. See, something has happened as a bad surprise, or you are afraid of bad surprise. So you have a true love, you have the Lovers, and you have reconciliation, and you have your soulmate card. You're terrified of something. This is like a bad card, misfortune. This is like a deep suffering, guys. Deep suffering. I think what I think really is, okay, so I'm getting it. Somebody came and waltzed into your life and turned your life upside down, and you were maybe with somebody that kind of like felt like a cozy shoe, and you wanted to change that shoe for a pair of stilettos, and it was a little bit more difficult because they were not exact fit. So you just dump those stilettos aside, and the shoe also didn't fit properly because the foot hurted to be all this allegorical. So basically it looks like you pushed one person away who actually was really good for you, who you're now getting what you have lost, and it's causing a really deep suffering because now you hurt two people. So what is this here? Religious factors. This could be a marriage as well. What is this here for you guys? Yeah, there is like you may be with somebody with whom you absolutely lack intimacy and you don't want to be vulnerable, but look, you're loyal. You're absolutely loyal to them. You're loyal to the sanctity of a marriage, or you made your word, gave your word. So what is going on here with children and this judgment reversed for Saggies? Children and judgment reversed. Child, you cannot make this up. The cards, I am so shocked why they work. Children. See, thinking, it's like really thinking? Where do you go with this? Okay, so this part looks like it's still kind of like you're still dedicated somewhere until toward the end of this period, and then something happens. It just like literally it gets you like that. You have to chase your own dreams. So let's see, what is this Four of Wands here for Saggies? Four of Wands. There you go. That's the married guy. That's like being in your element, dusting off, and dumping things that doesn't serve you anymore. Yeah, this three-party that kind of like happened, you're leaving that behind you. So let's see really the possible outcome there. So what is this world reversed? There's some kind of lies. You're facing lies. Are those self-lies, Sagittarius? Is that what it is? Separation and lies. Coming back. The world is like, things are not moving forward. And that's you again, becoming single, from in a relationship to single, and moving forward. This is again, this is a card, moving forward, romancing, like being single. Because the Two of Wands, yeah, you're not seeing that you can build anything with one partner, with the other one you can. But this kind of like, let's see, how will you deal with your codependency, which is not something you can resolve in 2-week period, but it certainly it feels harsh. What do you have? Joyfulness, like reunion, that's like reconciliation, reunion, and then you have Messenger. So yeah, like I mean, you kind of like have this hope for something happening in this joyfulness of reunion, but you don't communicate that. So you're holding back. You're holding back because of your dedication to something, and it's just going to hit you. Literally, it will hit you. And how it will hit you, one day you're going to be so sad, and you're going to go, and it's going to go from the heart to your head, and you're going to say to yourself, even if there is 1% chance for something to work out, I'm going to go. And this can mean like even confessing, and confessing not to only to yourself, but to everybody involved. So Saggies, please share your story with me. I actually really love your comments. I read all of them and acknowledge that with putting my cat mark next to it. So also please subscribe, like, and share, and join my Facebook and share the post there, because then you can win one of the 3 entries for 20-minute readings with me. So all the best, guys, and really looking forward to reading your comments. And for your personal readings, please contact me at cattarot.ca. And yeah, again, happy Canada Day and happy July the 4th to our neighbors, to our lovely neighbors. I love you, Saggies. Wish you well, and I really wish you to come and get your dreams come true. Bye.